So the light of a kind of...
Playing fierce.
Yeah. Spotlight, you know.
We do it pretty much. Alright.
Yeah, okay, ready.
Okay, so Tappa, introduce yourself to the camera, please.
Yo man, I'm Tappa Zukie, hardcore musician from the ghetto, you know? Well, a lot of people may know me as a community man, but I grew up in music business, in reggae business.
Alright, one sec.
And that's
open the whole lot. No, open the whole lot. 1 minute.
Please.
Oh, shit. And... ready.
Go. Rolling.
Yo, I'm Tappa Zukie, roughneck ghetto man, hardcore musician, you know? Yes, well, I'm here to tell you a little about the history of my career and the little I know. I hope you people will accept it.
Right, so Tappa, tell us how you first grew into music, how you first come into music.
Well, I started to play a sound system. I was his discotheque. And I was a little boy, we just run around with the sound system. I used to love talk, a lot of things, give jokes. And so when I go around the sound system, I used to help them lift up the box. So what I was just a little hyper youth that everybody likes. So every now and then I would take the mic when nobody not talking and talk a couple little things, and they used to say, him sound good. So they started to give me the mic a couple of times. We started to go on and people started to like me. Well, I started to get boots in my community. Maybe I was the first little boy DJ in those times. I was the first little boy. Those times was U-Roy, Dennis Al Capone, Prince Jasper, and I-Roy. Those was the only DJ in those times. Otherwise from King Stitch, you know, and Crown Machuki, those was from before, right? Well, I used to hear people in the dance comparing me with Big Youth and I-Roy. Oh, my respect, J-Youth was around from them time, you know, right? And people used to compare with me and with Dennis Al Capone, J-Youth and U-Roy. But to me, it's like there was a talking rubbish because I never see myself. But they used to talk in the dance. The youth wicked, you know, so everywhere I go, they used to give me the mic and people used to come at me and carry me to go and, you know. And then we started to play Maccabeat sound permanent and then we used to go out and thing. Well, it goes on and go, you know, through, I becomes everybody's favorite now. And you know, rude guys follow sound and thing. So I become even the rude guy's favorite. Even the bad guy's favorite. So I was like a little spoiled child in the community. I was everybody's favorite. I could do as I like. Could do anything. You know? Well, to my mother, I was too hype. I was going around with too much people that she thought because she had more sense more than me. That was bad company from me. That's when she sent me to England. You know, when I come to England, I was around 17 years old. That's when I started playing Vega sound, the people sound. And when I leave Jamaica, I hadn't been record before. I never record. I only used to play sounding system and things like those. Well, when I came to England, I remember you were at a show in Woodlands Hall. It was for some Rastafarian in Labrador Grove. Pinto was the head of it, Rasta Pinto. And I remember Bunny Lee arranged it and introduced me on stage that night. That was my my second night in England. And it was you, Roy. And I went on stage and I did a cover Slim Smith song, The Time Has Come, a toast over that song, and everybody went crackers, you know what I'm saying? That Larry Lawrence, when I came back off the stage, Larry Lawrence hold me on and say, well, we're going into the studio Sunday morning. I think it was the following. And we went in, and that's where I make Jump and Twist for Clem Boucher. And go on until we make Man of Warrior album, release Man of Warrior. I think it was Lord Coos will release it and single first, and then give it to Count Shelley to put on the album, because Count Shelley take the album from Clement Bush and put it on it, and he put out Man of Warrior, which didn't make no impression for my career then. Over in England, start to become an Englishman, hanging out there for a while. Start learning and knowing the way of people, the English people, different type of feeling, create a different image of me, slow me down in musically. You know, it was more like getting to know other border people, because it was my first time out of Jamaica. So it's like another experience I had to, you know. So anyway, I stayed there and, you know, get to know around England. Couldn't make it in the music business because at those times, I think it was only Trojan and Palmer's Records was out, and these people was manipulated by Coxsons and not Coxsons, Bunny Lee, Nine Lee, all the bigger producers. At that time I wasn't really a producer. I was just coming in, trying to make, just like the business, I want to be a star. Wasn't thinking anything at all about money. Just wanted to be a star. Well, it's there. It went on till UNCUT and
What's up? How is he?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
well, I stay around in England till I finally get homesick, and I will come back home to Jamaica. Right? When I come back home to Jamaica, add the music in me, still, because I used to play people's sound, and come back home, I say I wanted, with the determination that I wanted to go back in the music, but getting in it from the English up there, I wasn't recognized for anybody really, but yet still give thanks to Clem Bush who let me do that song, and also Lord Coos and Count Shelley, because they are the first set of people who give me the opportunity to go up on vinyl that people can, right? When I came back to Jamaica, Bunny Lee, we grew up together. My brother grew up with him. So, you know my family and everything. So, and he was the one who, when him and my mother talk and them get me out of Jamaica the first time. So I come in and I say, I want to go in the music business, so I think that's the closest guy I should stick out with. So I started to being a bodyguard for him. But at the moment, nobody didn't really rate me as a musician or an artist. Nobody, is only me rate myself. So forgetting it, I had to hang out with Bonnie Lee, right? He used to live in the studio like a night hawk, and I have to be there with him. I only go to sleep when Bonnie Lee go to sleep, because if I'm not there, the session put off. Him no feel comfortable, because through me that I'm kind of involved with the ghetto people, and them have a great respect for me. So when me's around, it's like, it's not that I'm a bad man, but it's just a principle I stand up for in life, right? And well, by doing these things now, me automatically become a part of the reggae business, because it's like me live with it. Bonnie Lee would more time write it, would doing a song, and Johnny Clark won't not coming finding the right lyrics, and him say Zukie and Johnny Clark work out a thing now, and me and him go outside, and when we come in back we have the tune ready. You know, and most of the songs that couple of the time Bonnie Lee wasn't even in the studio. We used to do most of the work. Right? Well, yet still he's a good producer. Him know what him want. And it's really him we learn from how to angle the studio. But after him see we can angle it certain way, him leave it per way. So most of the songs them Bonnie Lee have, he has songs that don't put out now that him don't even remember, where we make pan tape. Right? Alright, well we will be around him now, but by this I want to bring out Tappa Zukie. I want to be an artist, but I would do anything for this man, just to make him produce me. And he wouldn't produce me. Alright, I remember once I did a song for him. Only because I was, alright, he arrested me, he had me locked up because I was rebelling, that I was around him and he wasn't doing nothing for me, and I wanted to go in music business. So me and him kick off one day down Orange Street, and him locked me up for 5 minutes. Right? Lock me up and come back for me, because I know if he never come back for me, the people in the ghetto would stone him. So him come back for me. Well, well, the reason for that argument is because I did a song for him, Natty Jed, Girl Don't Cry, and Trojan put it out, and I asked him about it, and he was telling me to phone Trojan and ask them, and I said I can't talk to them because me and them don't do any business. And that's where it started, and until today they don't hear nothing about that. But that's all gone behind, right? Well, it's all bad time, and I'm here for around 3 years around him and thing, till after him locked me up and thing now. I said to him, so well then more on they're around here, me have kids and things like this. So he decided to give me around 7 rhythms and or 8 rhythms. And he gave them to me and I voiced them in 2 hours. The 8 of them in 2 hours. And went back and I get 2 rhythm, one from Jojo, which is the MPLA rhythm, and another one from Azzy Ebert, which is a Pick Up the Rockers rhythm. And I voiced those in like half hour. And that's how I come up with the MPLA album. And that's where my career started. From then I was on my own.
To backtrack a little bit, you made a record for Lady Slim called Judge I.O. Law.
Right.
That has always been one of my favourites.
Well, Judge I.O. Lardner was the first effort after coming back from England. That was the first effort. Because I was round Bonnie Lee and he wouldn't vice me, and Lady Slim was in the studio and working. I was there, and I said, Lady, you can do a thing and this. And Lady said, go on. And that's how Judge I, oh Lord, come up. And it's the only song I did for Lady so far.
Right, so forward again now. You're on your own. You got these rhythms from Bunny Lee, and you're starting now to look about other artists to produce.
Yeah, well, before I leave to London, I did put out one of the songs, Marcus, and it started, and one named Chalice to Chalice, right? And it started to give me a liquor click. Well, Robbie Shakespeare, Santa, and Earl China Smith. Chua was around everywhere there was, you know. So them said, Zukie, we're going to give you some rhythm because we don't want you stray and things. So they make some rhythm for me. I'm calling Junior Ross and Prince Allah and start doing some work on them. When leaving to England, I had more confidence in Junior Ross, Prince Allah, and Linford Newsen. He sing a song, I'm in love with her dreadlocks. He's the one who also original Brown Eyes. You remember Brown Eyes, you're the first one. Right. Well, I went to England with the intention to sell those things. Right. I had a song named Buzzrock out at those times. But when I go up there, people started to say, wanted me as an artist. Because I was up there with Mana Warrior and it never really went for me then. So I say, well then, me record some artists and carry myself to one thing, but when I go the people, them go for, and it went on. Well, I continue recording artists till Virgin signed me up, right? After I sign up with Virgin, I record a lot of artists. I had a group named Knowledge, right? And what is this guy who managed thing? Miles Copeland confronted me and wanted to. At the time, Vic here was managing me up by Chalk Farm. Miles Copeland, he confronted me and wanted to sign me to E&M, right? At the moment, I was just signed with Virgin, and I couldn't sign with them. I told them I had a young group that I'm working with, and when I'm coming on tour, I expect to bring them to work with me so they could work with them. So they asked Virgin if they could allow me to put a song on this album to give it to E&M. E&M will accept it if I have that song. And Virgin give them the right away, and we'll go ahead and we give E&M the first reggae album E&M has ever put out. The name of it is Elgood with Knowledge, right? And well, Miles Copeland wanted to, you know, involve more in my career, but at the moment I was signed with Virgin and Vic here as management, and it couldn't go on, right? So by then I was still investing in young artists, but nobody wasn't taking the work from me. Like, cause I had Prince Allah, Junior Ross, and a couple more young artists, but nobody wasn't paying it no mind. Even though I still have some of the products them now that people is crazy about, but then nobody would angle it. So, and nobody in Jamaica angling my product. So after pulling up with Virgin now, I had all these these product, a lot of people confront me to deal with it, but feel so fed up because you work so hard and it's like nothing, you know. So I kind of give up, park the music little and go into some community work, build a Golden Age Center and a community center.
Where was that?
That's around First Street, Trenchtown. Because I built that and everybody would respect me for it, they blow me up that I was a politician. Wish I wasn't, and I'm not, and will never be. I have never voted one time in life, in the whole history. I have fought for PNP and I fought for labor right. And I'll fight for anybody from a country because I'm a Jamaican, and I'll do what I think is best for my country. But that doesn't mean I'm a politician, right? Because I was doing my community work and everybody was saying yes, appreciate me because nobody else wasn't doing it. The politicians, them right around me like they was with me just to get the people to believe in them. They use me to get the people and they refuse me. The both sides do it. So I wouldn't see myself as a politician. I see myself as a revolutionist. You know, willing to stand up for my own right or my people them. So me did just down in the ghetto, I do the community work till I think me do enough already because when I go into the music business, me just go in it for just be as just true me want to be, but God make me achieve something, so me dey decide, me dey done say I was gonna do something for the community that I grew up in. So I went back to do it and they involved me. So, well, give thanks I grew over it now and I'm now involved in the industry, right? I don't penetrate most of the young stuff again. I mostly work with the professional people them now and try to get the business professional done.
Right. I'd like to go back again to the production work in the late 70s and talk about some of the lesser known people like Massive Dread, who you made a record with.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit, if you could tell us a bit about that.
Well, you see, Massive Dread and Knowledge and Bar Wisdom and a couple others, there was a part of my community project. When I went in there and I see that talents was in there, and those was the talents I developed from what I went to do inside there. But after I didn't get no support after really, it went down back.
You made records with Horace Andy as well.
Yeah. Well, Horace Andy now, he was kind of one of the first big name artists who went on the label. You know, because those times you dare get a big singer just sing for a young little youth and thing, you know. So when at the Horace Andy and Cornell Campbell did a song named Play the Music for me, I think, in those times. And Follow Fashion, right? But Horace Andy, you know, true him name was out there as a bigger from when me a little boy was my star, skylarking and every tongue shall tell and see a man face. So when me get him for sing a thing for me labor now, me a produce him, you know, it motivate me. So, you know, we do an album with him and me and him do some combination, Natty Dread what she want and couple more others.
Right, well, Natty Dread, Oh Where She Went was a huge, huge hit in England, and indeed it's just been reissued.
Fensick too, remember Fensick?
Yeah, Fensick. Oh, yeah, that's Tappa alone. But the
Fensick, the Natty Dread reissue in England now.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Tell us a bit. Can you remember the vibes on that session? With you and Horace? Was you and Horace in the studio at the same time?
no, not really. No. You see that song. That song, is like Horace didn't ready to sing. The only thing we had prepared for that song is Natty Dread, What She Want. Right, and what I had prepared was just yaga yaga, toto toto, right? Well, you see, when Horace Andy go in at the studio, and before we get serious to take, he must sing down as him going to studio. But we generally from we go in a studio and a man or sing, we start record. So him going there, not ready to sing, and just say, young girls, pretty young girls, walking down the street. And him just stop sing and say, "Una ready?" So said to him, say, "Ready? We start already." But him say, "Me never ready, we don't have nothing." So me just say, "Here, 2 more lines, can I walk with you? Please hold my hands. Can I please understand?" And we continue from there, and that's how the tune make. It was just like a studio vibes. And it turned out to be great, but it wasn't like me and him work on the same day. We make the singing part of it first on that day. And then another day I went in and did my stuff.
So let's take a little bit now of the up-to-date stuff, because since then you've gone, well, as far as I can see, as far as I can see from this place and what I know, you've gone fully into the music, and you're now going forward at a pace.
Yeah, them say when you're small, you must have a toy, to play with. Well, now after all these running up and down and thing, the music is my time now. So it's my hobby, it's my life. It's like one time before I start releasing, I worked 5 years without release of music, and I was still working in the studio. Because they have albums like Putting Up Resistance and Gregory in Red and Dennis Brown. But I was just making music at the time. I just love music, and I spend most of my time in studios. So I always wanted to have a pressing plant, because when I come to England in those times, the first place I worked was round by Saga's pressing plant, round in Kensal Rise. That's the first job I get. I stay around there around 1 month. And it was fascinating to see the record press. And from there I had it in my head box. I would mind own one like this. So the ambition just coming out. You get old now, you need to settle down. So I'm building the kingdom to settle down.
And you're recording artists like Yami Bolo.
Yeah, well, I try. What I'm trying to do now is add little more of my whole experience to the business. If you notice, there's a lot of different dancehall stuff been running. I mean, I put out 1 and 2, but I don't get deeply involved in it. What I'm trying to do now, because the original feel out of the business, they lose that now. So what I'm trying to do is kind of bring back some of the memory of the old feel with a little of this new feel now. For safe, you know? Cause most of the tunes them what the songs them what making now, they only make for DJs. So they just make straight without any melody. So you see most of the singers them now, they try to go on the DJ's rhythm and lose the melody for their singing songs when they should be making rhythm for their songs to get melody of those songs. So now I just try to work with the name artists who know the business. That's when I have my idea and I say it to him can put it in right key. The musician, I work with the best set of musician them. As I get my idea and I say it to them, they can just put it in the right key, the right place. So therefore my idea come out more and more better.
Right. Could you tell Steve where you get the name Tappa Zukie from? Tell Steve.
Yes.
Oh my God. Everybody want to know that name. It's just a name like, you know, I get from my mother, you know. You know, it was a little used to drink out your mother milk and sugar and things like that. So one day she catch me and drink out the milk and she say, "You're thieving Patti Cat." I'm run. So they used to call me Patti Cat, but my granny couldn't say Patti Cat. So she just said Tappa Cat, till the Tappa stick for me. Everybody start calling me Tappa. Well, when I grew up now, trust me tell you, most favorite as a little DJ, a whole heap of little boys used to follow away. And we used to call ourselves the Zookies. So if you unite you, anybody name unite. If you unite, you the name Steve Zooks, Barry Zooks, John Zook, Tony, anybody from you know, you just a Zook from your join the group. So I was the Tappa Zooks. So from there, this Tappa, true I was there, that name just stick to me. So I just use it as my musical professional name then, you know. Because the people like it because it was that unusual. Yeah, well you see, the political effect of a whole heap of thing on the music, right? Because really and truly is the politician them control the system, right? And if the music in the system and the system being manipulated, that means the music business being manipulated. From my point of view in this, if the government wanted the music business to be bigger, they would have make it bigger. But they make it this way so that they can manipulate it and do what they want to do. Because you have certain politician who is living off the reggae business now to keep it the way it is. So surely the politics have something to do with it. Right? And if the politician, I don't think the politician really want the reggae business for really bloom. Now they will run to it because everything has failed them. Most thing, and it's only the reggae business they see like the foreign currency. So they are gonna try to get in it now. But the reggae business is a means of putting food on poor man's table. So if they are going it and try to develop the economic or the industry, we have to still want to know if them want poor people get rich or them want to take it away from we. Because if it envelop and set up and get bigger, it's poor people going rich. Because music, the vibes of music come from the ghetto, the poorer class. I mean, the uptown guys adapt it and play it, but most of the slangs them will come out, is the ghetto it come from and come up. So it's mostly, if you check out most of the people them were boss in big, it's mostly ghetto people. So if it go bigger, the ghetto people, them going to have more money. But do they want the ghetto people to have more money? Well, you people can answer that question.
All right, Tappa. Sorry, Ross, just one more time. I missed it the first time. Give me an introduction again, right to yourself.
Yes, Tappa Zukie, ragamuffin producer, ghetto man, revolutionist, everything in one. Anything you may call it, but I know I love God and I love people. That's it in a little nutshell.
Tim, who really boosted that Man of Warrior album to all of them people, is him writing upon the back.
Yeah.
1 minute. All right, Steve gonna sit in for Eyelion. Tappa, I say you answer down.
Hmm?
Yeah. Hold tight.
Yeah.
Forget this part good, isn't it? All right. Rick, you ready? All right.
Right, so Tappa, tell us about the Patti Smith connection.
Oh, Patti Smith connection. Well, I didn't know Patti Smith. She was just something out of the clear blue sky. One day I was sleeping in Militant Barry's house and he wake me and say, a young man on the phone by the name of Danlet, right? And he said a lady by the name of Patti Smith invite us at a concert down by Hammersmith Odeon. Well, anyway, I decided to go and Danlet and his brethren, I don't remember his other friend who was with him at that time. Well, they came from here, Militant Barry, and we went down to the Hammersmith Odeon. Don't know who we were going to see, never see this lady before. All right, they take us around to the side door when we tell them who we were. Well, we went in, she was playing on the stage. She stopped playing and she came around, this little lady, and she come and she hold me and she bowed down in front of me, man, and she said, oh man, when I see you, man, it's like I seen James Brown, man. She said, you know, I learned to play music from your album, Man of Warrior. She said, come, you have to say something to my public. You have to say something to the audience, man. And she held my hands and she carried me right out. It was a three-way walking stage, right? And she bowed down on the stage and tell the audience that she learned to play music from my songs. And she said, I must say something to the public. She gave me the mic, and then she run for Danlet, and she grabbed him right over the stage and put a guitar in his hand, and run for Militant Barry and put a guitar in his hands. At the time, she thought they was my musicians. So, there. Well, I took the mic and I said these psalms. I was glad when they say unto I, let's go down in the house of the Lord God Rastafari. I was there talking till all of a sudden I hear the theater just start ray, but I noticed nobody was looking direct on me. So I looked weird to see where they was looking, and it was Danlet and Militant Barry and then flashing their locks and taking away the show. Yeah, so then Patti Smith run come with the bass guitar now and give it to me. No, you know. But I could play a couple things and I start to play Keep On Moving. You know that bass boom pam tum tam dum tam tum. Right? And we have done let them start. We was just playing. You know, and next day I was in all major paper. And I get a couple of offers, but at the moment, that's when I was signed up with Virgin. And that's it.
It's true. You know, see the joke now. We couldn't play guitar. I pause me and Barry and I pause Rasta.
Yeah, I pause them, they pause. Them couldn't play a guitar. And I shake them dread, so I shake them dread. You know, but them time they chew the dread thing, they just come in and big youth. Yes. Because when me look, me see the whole place, I look, so I just see the two man them with the guitar, I shake like, look like Beatles, you know. So, you know, it's alright.
Excellent. Yeah.
Those was the only DJ in those time. Otherwise from King Stitch, you know, and Crown Machuki, those was from before, right? Well, I used to hear